Hello and welcome back. How is everybody?
Mighty fine.
Very well.
What have you been up to? Anything good?
I wouldn't say anything good.
Nothing then.
Nothing. Nothingness.
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 Tell you what I haven't been doing is researching pyramids for tonight.
I don't know.
Oh,
dear.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You haven't even announced it yet.
What are we talking about tonight then?
Caves.
Caves, potholing.
Pyramids. Okay.
Yeah.
What do we know about pyramids? How do you think they were built?
PG made them, didn't he?
PG Tips, the monkeys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The pre-digestive period.
Oh,
that rings a bell.
That was magical there, wasn't it? Yes. Well, I don't think it was the Egyptians anyway. Do you?
I don't think the Egyptians are Egyptian, though, are they? I think most of them are Greek.
Oh.
Could be.
Well,
be.
and Cleopatra Greek.
I don't know, but she could have played for Egypt.
So, how do you think they were built?
I think the big people came down and helped them do it.
Oh, big people.
The big people.
Like the Nephilim.
The big people.
The Nephilim.
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched something the other day, and they were talking about gravity.
Right.
Right.
Which you don't believe in.
No, I kind of do. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know much about that, but
Okay.
they actually went on. They started off by saying that in like prehistoric, like the pterodactyls, you've got like the kind of weights that they were. They were quite heavy.
They were big. Well, apparently they were big.
Yeah, but like ostriches. No,
The size of an ostrich.
yeah, an ostrich. I know it's not designed to fly, but
No.
they were that heavy in that, and they could fly.
Well,
the
the
sky.
ostrich could fly if it had massive wings, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
So
Which a pterodactyl
So
probably
So you're
had.
saying that pterodactyls are
No,
ostriches that are worked out?
They were actually trying to say that back when the pyramids were built, gravity was different.
Yeah, it wasn't invented, was it?
Yeah, that was a problem.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
what's that
designed-
got to do with pterodactyls?
No, it's to do with how the pyramids were built. So if gravity was different when the pyramids were built, then it might have been more possible for somebody smaller to lift the blocks.
Oh, right, I'm with you.
That's what I'm getting at. I know it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as far back as when the pterodactyls, was it?
Well, we don't know, do we?
But
I
if
don't
gravity
They were
was
millions of
different,
years, weren't they?
Yeah, but
if gravity was different, then we wouldn't weigh as much.
You don't
'Cause
on the
obviously-
equator.
Obviously, we don't measure our weight; we measure as
You know,
resistance to gravity, don't we?
apparently, you weigh
Yeah.
5 pounds less on the equator.
Do you?
I'm moving now.
Moving.
I'm moving to Ecuador.
So I'm not fat. I'm just
Yeah.
in the wrong place.
I just live in the wrong place. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
yeah, but you'll go and eat more food, and then you'll be exactly as you are now. Then when you come back,
You're even heavier.
you're heavier.
Yeah.
Then when you get on the plane, they'll say, "No, you can't go back. We can't fit you on the airplane. Too
But-
heavy."
So you're thinking normal people could have lifted them?
Possibly.
But if gravity affected the rocks, then it'd affect the person. So the person would be a lot lighter.
Yeah, possibly.
So it sort of cancels
No,
each other out.
No, the people could have been bigger, giants and stuff,
Yeah.
like the big old dinosaurs. And I'm going too far back with dinosaurs, but they reckon some of them big, massive dinosaurs wouldn't be able to walk around in today's gravity.
What I thought you were going to say is they used the dinosaurs to build it like in the Flintstones.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to fit through doorways.
I have seen but the doorways are massive on some places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not today, though.
No, not
No.
today. All different. It's all changed.
Yeah.
So do you think then that the Egyptians built them. Like,
no, but no, I don't know.
I mean, let's face it. I'd say 80% of the world do think that.
That the
Egyptians built them, because that's what they're told, isn't it?
A lot of thousands of slaves.
It's only maniacs like us look into different options.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, he goes mad, doesn't he? That Zaire was.
Yeah.
He goes mental, and you say...
Because if you ask him, it's Egyptians, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't think so. I think it was I think it was further back than Egyptians.
Yeah, I do as well. It's just the sheer scale of the blocks and the precision. I don't know. I don't see how they could have done it. What about you, Mark? What do you think?
The only thing I can think of is like some sort of technology that doesn't exist that sort of interferes with gravity, like some sort of frequency, electromagnetic frequency.
Yeah.
That can, if you point it at a certain thing, it can change its density or whatever the correct term is, so they can move it because it become really large, and then obviously when they change it back, once it's sort of laid, they'll take the electromagnetic thing off and the frequency, because it's like a lot of stuff. The frequency is very under, what's the word? Not looked at as much, or nobody knows the actual full potentiality of frequencies. There's a lot of people that talk about frequencies for health and stuff like that. But
there was a thing, wasn't there, about, didn't some guy supposed to have built something in his own
you're on about
garden?
Coral Castle.
That's it. Using frequencies to lift him, he said, didn't he?
Oh, right. So that's actually been done, has it?
Well, supposedly.
No, it was a big secret. If you look at Coral Castle, and the guy's name is Ed Leeds Skellman.
Yeah.
Near Florida, on the outskirts of Florida.
Still there, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Still there.
I know somebody in America built like a big pyramid or something in the backyard.
I stayed in that pyramid in Las Vegas. Is that what you're about?
Yeah.
It's not that one, but it's
Casino.
similar. Yeah, I think the design was similar. I can't remember why they built it. I think it was just as a sort of museum type place. It was a few years ago when I actually watched the program on it. But yeah, frequencies are very sort of, well, obviously the militaries and stuff are probably looking at it in great depth and testing stuff.
Yeah, well, they've got like frequency cannons, haven't they, where they disperse crowds and all that.
Yeah.
Caper.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're into it.
But it's like a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people believe that when, the biblical reference about Moses parting the water, that was all done with frequencies, but by him actually saying the 72 names of God or something, what he collected from the bush, is it, or the burning bush?
From the mushrooms, you mean?
From the mushrooms. Well, apparently, because he resonated his voice in a certain way with these 72 names, and it parted the water. It actually affected the water.
Yeah. There's quite a few stories like that, though. There's the walls of Jericho. They were knocked down with frequency, weren't they?
Yeah, I suppose so, man.
Well, they said they blew the ram's horn, didn't they, or something like that, but blowing the ram's horn, I don't think that's going to
No.
knock them down. I think they must have had something a bit more maybe technologically advanced than
Yeah, the thing is that could be the name of the device that they used. Doesn't necessarily mean it was an actual ram's horn.
No, could be right.
Yeah. Could be a device that they created and called it the ram's horn.
Yeah, because I read somewhere that when Merlin supposed to have levitated Stonehenge.
Yeah.
They say that was done with frequency and water. He tipped water over the top of the stones to wet the stones. So I don't know what that was. Don't know. It's all interesting stuff.
Well, going back to the pyramids, it's like we've just seen an image on the TV about the Sphinx. Isn't that just one piece of brick? One piece of rock?
No, it's all blocks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, how on earth? Because that must be hundreds of tons.
Yeah, it has been quite restored quite a lot. Because when they found it, it was just the head, wasn't it, popping above the sand.
Yeah.
They had to dig it out. But they reckon that there's a hall of records underneath the Sphinx. When I say they, I say Edgar Casey did.
Yeah, I was just going to say Edgar Casey.
He did in one of his readings. He said that they'd find a room underneath Sphinx, and there'd be records in there.
And it was quite accurate with a lot of the stuff. So has he been about 90% accurate or something?
Yeah.
Didn't he die in like 1940s?
I don't know. I'd pass. Don't know. Yeah, but he did predict a lot of things.
Yeah.
The Sleeping Prophet.
Yeah, it was good wanting some of his stuff he'd done.
Yeah.
But he like predicted this chamber, didn't he, below years ago, and now they've only just realised. Well,
they have found one, haven't they?
Yeah, they found one, yeah.
But they haven't found, well, whether they have found any records in there, and obviously not going to tell me mortals like us, are they?
No.
Is that the one that they found very recently, within the last sort of few weeks?
No.
I don't know. Done something in the last few weeks?
I don't know.
I think we'd have looked this up doing the talk on the pyramids, wouldn't we? And that's the Sphinx, so who cares? It's
Sphinx. It's Sphinx.
Sphinx, oh Sphinxy man. Oh Sphinx dingo.
They had a watch it, didn't they? I've seen photographs where they climb down through the Sphinx from its head. At the top of its head, there's a hatch to get in.
What, like a tank?
I can't believe you said. I was just thinking exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Tank.
Maybe it was an alien sort of armed vehicle. And it's just turned to stone.
Could have been. That's right, I'm trying to look here. I've got, for all you listeners out there, I've got the Book of Enoch in front of me. And I was just trying to find the passage, and I can't find it. I don't even know which book it's in. Because there's 3 books in the Book of Enoch. But anyway, and it says about when they came down, the fallen angels. And it said, teach them. They taught the humans. I know they mated with them to get the giants, didn't they? But they passed all their knowledge on to them. So that's why I think they helped to build the pyramids. And if you aren't religious, you could take them as being aliens.
Yeah. Ooh. Aliens.
What do you think?
I don't know, because obviously I'm not. I like aliens and I believe in aliens, but I don't think they're from a different planet. I think they're from our planet.
Yeah, well, we touched on that, didn't you? But then things like this, I contradict myself. I'm not saying I think they're aliens, because I have an hard time. The only reason I put that out there is because I have an hard time being religious, if you know what I mean. So I just try to look at other options.
Yeah.
But
see, for me, with religion, I was brought up Roman Catholic for the first sort of 9 years, and then for me, religion, it's like, I like the Bible and the holy books and the scriptures and stuff, but they sort of used in religion to, in a wrong way. They used to control the people and stuff like that. Especially, the big example is if you look in America with the Christians and stuff, and it's like like the Ku Klux Klan, they are very religious, and they believed they are doing God's work by sort of killing these people, that don't sort of agree with them. And it's the same with like the extreme Islamists and that. When if you're not on Islam, then you're an enemy. So
this is way off the pyramids.
This is way off the pyramids.
I don't even know how we got to that. Do you?
Yeah.
How have we got to that?
I don't know.
Religion.
How have you took us to that?
Hey.
Yeah, but it's like with regards to the pyramids. It's like obviously it's not a million miles away, but places like Jerusalem and stuff like that that's supposed to be. I suppose we'd say it's on certain ley lines or something. There's something special about those places.
Okay. What do you think they were?
I think they were power plants.
What, the pyramids?
Yeah. And there's been a guy recently who's found channels where he believes that there would have been copper wires running down. And he's traced one, and it actually goes down one of the walls and off into the desert somewhere. He doesn't know where it goes to after.
An actual copper wire.
The channel. He's found a channel with a copper wire in, and then he's found loads of other these channels which are the same but without the copper. So whether someone's been and nicked the copper out, but he says he's traced one of these channels and it goes under the desert and then goes off. Obviously, without digging all the desert up, he can't follow or see where it went to.
Twangs, and it's digging in sand. Just keeps falling back in the hole, doesn't it?
You have to wee on it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But that sort of links up with the churches with the copper tops and the cross and stuff like that. Do you reckon they were like power plants
I
that
think so.
distributed electricity and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think the pyramid had the Ark of the Covenant in
Oh yeah, okay.
Cause
In the King's Chamber.
Yeah, I know. We've all been taught it was a tomb at school.
But there's been no evidence of that, has there? There's been no. It looks like one, but there's been no evidence of anybody there, has there?
But what do you think the Ark of Covenant is? Or when it's open, what do you reckon?
I've seen Indiana Jones.
You reckon there's an iPad Pro or something? Loads of detail.
I think it's a massive energy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, like a battery, like a big battery.
Yeah,
thing.
like the thing off all the Marvel films.
It could be.
No, it's
It could
I
be
think it's
anything,
like the centre. I don't know. Yeah. It's
Why is it so important though? Because obviously you can build big batteries and stuff like that.
Yeah, but do you have to use that to build them? They haven't told you about it.
Or is it because they'd have to change all the history books because if they've got power from 8,000 plus years ago?
I think they did have. By that, they've even got is it called the Dendera battery? Have you seen the Dendera battery?
Not sure.
It was a battery made in. It was in a Egyptian vase, and it was. It's got rods and stuff in. And
Yeah, I
it
think
was a battery. It was a big battery. It's called the Dendera battery.
Yeah, I think I briefly come across it.
I don't believe they could build them pyramids and build all the other stuff all over the world without some sort of energy.
Yeah,
Something. I mean, they're too precise, aren't they? The actual boulders and the holes they've cut.
or something that can manipulate energy, which is what
Yeah.
like the electromagnetic frequencies and stuff.
Yeah, they've definitely had technology because they've actually found. I don't know what stone it is, but it's made out of a stone, and it's really, really thin. The walls of it are so thin, and it's carved, and it's symmetrical. I think they said it was in tolerances of less than a human hair both sides. So it was you wouldn't have been able to done it by hand.
Yeah.
No.
Not even using today's tools,
No.
JCBs and God knows what.
No, because I think
power tools and stuff.
Because it was only thin. The walls were only thin, so you'd have to carve out the inside and carve out the outside. You'd knocking that with an hammer.
Yeah.
So it's like that image. What's that? Is that some sort of pyramid or all them stairs or steps?
Yeah, it's probably in South America, isn't it? There's one in South America or somewhere in the desert, and they got them big like circles, aren't they, cut into them? And they did the test on it, a piece of rock, and using the best laser you can get today, and it still wasn't as fine as that they'd already got. Okay, you could say the weathering could have smoothed it off a bit, but it was inside, like an hole inside a big circular rock.
They look like H's?
Some of them did, yeah. And there's like all faces on a wall. If I can remember it, I can't remember where it is. I don't know where it is, but they did a test on like the best laser you can get today, and it still wasn't as fine and accurate as the actual piece that was already there. And they've dated it to about 10,000 years. So is that the cycle of life? About 10,000 years?
Could be. Oh, we go through the meteor shower, don't we? Supposedly, which Graham Hancock talks about. What's it called? Younger Dryas, I think it's called.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's
When's
called.
that coming close to us?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it was 11,000 years ago, I think. That's when it was.
Yeah.
My brain, it doesn't remember.
Oh, I thought you meant that we'd go through another.
Yeah, we go through it we do go through it every.
Yeah.
I think we actually go through it every year.
See, what I'm going to go now, away from the pyramids to other buildings as well. You get all these in actually in India and in the deserts. When they carved out a rock and all these temples are building, and they don't really know how old they are.
Yeah.
But do you think that all these structures were built around the same time?
Yeah, I do, definitely.
There's no way a bloke with his hammer and chisel. There's a massive one. There's one in Egypt, isn't there? That it's just inside. It's like a valley. Yeah. Then inside the valley, you go in and it just opens out, and it's just magnificent.
Yeah.
There's no way blokes with chisels can do that. There's no way.
No.
And there's the Indian temple, and there's all the different Indian gods carved out of solid rock. There's no way anybody could do that. A human being could do that on their own, I don't think.
See, I think maybe they were built at the same time. Well, I don't think it was like 8,000 years ago. I think it was a lot longer back.
That's what I'm thinking, because they don't know, especially these ones in India, and they don't really know how old. No. I don't know how they can.
You can't carbon date stone. How they?
Well, that's it. Because the actual, it's millions of years old, isn't it? The stone is.
Well, that Graham Hancock sort of proved, because he's not a scientist, he's just a journalist, and
he was a journalist,
yeah, and he's proved that is it some pyramids in Peru or something, or even the Egyptian pyramids are a lot older.
Well, you hear what's his name? The Egyptian guy. Yeah, he thinks they're only about 3,500, 4,000 years old.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
It's
laughable, isn't it?
It sounds a lot, but it isn't really a long time. Because if you think about, we've sort of been on the planet for like 50 years, roughly. And it's like, the technology's sort of changed from the 70s to now. Like the computer technology, we didn't have computers back in the 70s, did we? The only computers were like at NASA, them big, massive, like warehouses with 1 kilobyte of storage and stuff. But with regards to buildings, especially if you look at new buildings, like new houses, they are not built as strong as like what they were built in the 40s and further back, like the old swimming baths and museums and stuff like that.
I mean, we're on about this. I was on about, like the circle of life when it's all gone and then it starts again. I don't think it's as long as you think.
No.
Because there's nothing written down, really, 2,500 years ago. Nobody knows what happened before then, do they?
And that's the thing.
It's what I mean? So our lifespan as a human race before it starts again could only be 2,500 years, 3,000 years.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like we've gone from cavemen to what we are now, and nothing sort of in between. It's like what they call the Dark Ages, isn't it? Basically, where there's no history written. And it's like, it doesn't make sense that cavemen had built pyramids. Well, it's just ridiculous to think that, but we're led to believe that we've only been like human civilization for a couple of thousand years or whatever. And, it just doesn't make sense to me.
But we could have been. And then pyramids are from maybe 3 civilizations ago.
Yeah.
When you think the start of America is only 4 or 5 people back.
Yeah. I was watching something the other day and they reckon something like 2,500 years old or something like that.
Supposedly, yeah.
But
obviously it's not.
I was actually watching something. Oh, where was it?
On the tally.
No, it was watching it on the TV. But it was, I think it was Turkey. Actually went to America way before. Was it Cuckoo went to America? Just sort of discovered America, but they're saying now, I think it was in the 1500s that Turkey had actually mapped out. Was it Turkey or somewhere? Yeah, it was one of these countries anyway. They've got maps from 1500s of America and stuff, and so obviously they'd sort of found America, and it makes you wonder whether the Native Americans are actually from like these Asian countries, Turkey or wherever it was, or maybe even Portugal. Was it some Portuguese guy?
Portugal owned half the world at one point.
Yeah, it could have been Portugal. Was this about the 1500s, roughly, 15th century, 16th century? Yeah, so it could be Portugal then. But yeah, so they are obviously mapped out. They've got all these maps, of America and that, way before Cook and whatever.
Yeah, there's even all the maps of Antarctica on with no ice and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's only had ice on for recently, ain't it? Like a couple hundred years or whatever.
I don't know.
Because
I saw that map just came off on the flat Earth thing. I was watching the longest video ever the other day. I have to do it. What about 18 goes now? I'm nowhere near half through.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating. The map they've got of outside, all the land outside of the
ice wall.
Yeah, all mapped out. And it was interesting as well. They went on about the North Pole.
Okay.
About they think there's something right, and they saying that the North Pole is as restricted as the South Pole, and that they think something is up there giving off, like the North, magnetic North.
Yeah.
Some kind of, they didn't know what really it was, some kind of machine or some power plant or something like that. Because they reckon all these that came with the compasses, so they're nowhere near the real middle of the North Pole. Yeah, that was interesting about that as well. Because I just thought they were on about the South Pole with the ice, but you want about the North Pole as well?
Yeah. But that Portuguese thing, I think it's Portugal anyway, that when they mapped out like America and stuff, they'd also mapped out Antarctica That was one of the maps that they...
Well, how did they do this mapping? I mean, it might be thick, but how did they map something without having anything aerial?
Without having a drone.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Without having anything aerial to take photos with.
Well, they looked at the reflection of the moon.
It must have been there.
So,
Must have been there.
something, you know?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know, do they? The experts, they just guess. I suppose it's a better guess than what we can guess.
Well, there's
But I'm sure you can't get the exact mappage. Is that a real word?
mappage.
mappage.
Mappage
Yeah.
of an island or a continent by sailing around it. I'm sure you can't.
Well, they've got like the compass and the little map tools and stuff, and obviously it's a very sort of highly thing scale. But
Need
yeah,
a drone.
Stick with a point on and
It's-
hold it on.
it's like the
Yeah.
accuracy. What you're
Yeah.
saying, it's like the British Isles and stuff. How did it get so accurate with all the little, you could get like a basic triangle shape or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to be very, very, very,
I just
very
don't
good.
understand how they got all that.
And I think a lot of it could be just guesswork, as well as, by sailing around it and sort of saying, oh, there's a little cave here. And
Yeah.
They'd had to do it when there was no ice.
Yeah, of course they would, yeah.
Because the maps I've seen is there's no ice. It's
No,
the
yeah.
actual land, and they've got hills, and they've got
yeah,
What's
well,
that,
Antarctica,
south?
yeah.
south, Antarctica.
Yeah. Well, it's actually the map that I'm thinking of. It's actually got like the greenery and stuff.
Yeah, and pyramid. There's pyramids down there as well.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I mean. There's pyramids all around.
Everywhere.
I was going to say the globe, but I don't want to bet.
All over the world.
It doesn't make any difference to me.
Yes,
I
all
don't,
over the world. Yeah.
I don't get offended if you say it's a globe. I don't get offended. Just don't get offended when I say it's flat.
See, I'm actually on the border. Although I think it's a globe,
You're on the wall.
I'm on the ice wall. But because I do think it's a globe, but there's a lot of the stuff that the flat Earth is the science behind. If you take away all the cults and all that, there's a lot of questions. To be honest, a lot of scientific questions.
But it's hard to find that middle ground because
Yeah.
when you go online,
You one or the other.
you've got people who believe it's a globe and they're showing you pictures of cats falling off the edge and a lamp for the sun, and it'll all be lit up. And that isn't what they believe.
We're on about flat Earth now, guys, but the only thing that I find a bit weird and disturbing is you go and try and find any information on it and you can't. They block all information.
Yeah.
A lot of the good flat Earth programs on YouTube, which I do watch, I'll be honest,
Yeah. I find them fascinating.
they aren't advertised as flat Earth.
No.
They usually go by their own name or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if you type in flat Earth on YouTube, all you'll get is people's videos on proving that the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, it's like I've been on a lot of Facebook groups regarding flat Earth, just to try and prove to myself that the Earth is a globe. And-
You'll never do that.
And the evidence that it's like they've took a drone up and seen a curvature of the Earth, but you can't see the curvature of the Earth
Especially not with your
from that
drone.
distance, because it's like that. What's that guy's name? Scientist Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
He actually debunked flat earthers by saying that even if you're like 60 miles up, you're basically a millimetre off a beach ball. So it's impossible to see the curvature of the Earth if it's a globe.
And then you get loads of globers saying,
It
"Well,
was
I've been in
7
an
miles
aeroplane.
up."
I've been in an aeroplane. I've seen it."
And
they
haven't,
You
have
haven't,
they?
no, have they?
No.
Just-
But they have to use concave glass on airplanes because of the air pressure. So everything's going to be distorted. It's like having a fisheye lens. you know, and or they've took a GoPro which have got like little convex lenses, and once you get sitting distance up, the air pressure will just sort of.
Yeah, not on all of them, because I've seen one from 120,000 foot, and it still looks flat.
Yeah. But what the ones that I've seen, the globalists, the ones that they've put up.
You don't even know what you're called, do you?
At least I know what I'm called.
but yeah, the ones that they've put up, you can tell it's the actual lens that's made the curvature of the.
Yeah,
because it goes upside down. The cameras do when it's coming down. The curvature goes like that instead
like
of
a bowl.
Yeah,
fruit bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. I think they're just there for. They just trolled me, I think.
Yeah.
I very rarely comment on anything because you just get just a load of abuse.
Yeah.
And I think, why are they in that group? If they're happy with the ball earth, why are they in a flat earth group?
Yeah.
Trying to convert.
It clearly
everybody?
says flat.
Because not even try and convert anyone. They're just there to insult people.
Yeah. It's very sort of narcissistic, though, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I think that a lot of them are there because they want to feel a bit superior to other people.
God complex.
Who are the Globers?
Yeah. I can't see any other reason from being there.
Yeah. But again, it's like, comes down to the national, the narrative, the general narrative. And, well, the 50 years that I've been on this planet, I've known that the actual narrative, the official narrative, is full of propaganda and distorted facts and stuff like that. So, and it brings us on to, like, the Egyptians. What's actually factual and what's been distorted. Because a lot of the science stuff, it's like a lot of, like, say, Einstein stuff that's been theorized, that's only recently been proven, but that was a fact when he said it. But even though it's worked out as a fact, what's to say that fact is right now? Because the scientists keep changing their minds on different things all the time.
Don't know.
A mental head, isn't he? Einstein. Mental. Anyway, so what do you think they were anyway, pyramids?
Yeah. See, I don't think there's a simple answer. I think what Nick T said about the generator and stuff. However, the locations, if you look at like Randall Carlson's videos, he points. He marks them, and they matched identical to the space in between the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, and stuff like that. The degrees of them and stuff. But not only that, you've got like every pyramid that was built thousands and thousands of years ago is strategically placed on the planet.
Yeah, I think the ones at Giza are exactly the same as the Orion's belt. Is it the Orion's belt?
Yeah, they are. But they're supposed to be the centre of the planet, aren't they?
On what do you mean, like on the equator? Or is this a flat Earth thing?
No, it's nothing to do with the flat Earth. It's ball Earth.
It was a ball when they were built. It's only flat now.
Yeah, it's the way to the pyramids flattened the Earth.
Do you think they could? We've been talking about weight. Do you think if we was let's say we was on a spinning ball, do you think the weight of them could do anything to, like a balance? Like on a car tire, you have a little weight to balance it out.
Yeah.
Do you think that they are heavy enough to
keep it
to
keep the trajectory sort of spinning?
Yeah, I know it's a stupid thought, but it's just a thought.
Not really, because if you think about it, it's such a precise thing. How the Earth, and especially the moon going around the Earth, it's sort of. Do they say it's impossible for the moon to actually be around the Earth in a precise way or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I read something about how the moon is sort of going around the Earth. It's too precise to be by accident.
What is?
The moon going around the Earth or something.
So we've always got the one face, haven't we? We've always got the same face of the moon.
Yeah. See the backside of it.
Yeah.
So it's revolving. It's a constant speed of what it's moving, because obviously it never turns. It does actually turn around, but it's always facing the.
What if the moon is flat? That's why we only see one side.
No, I think that it could be a projection.
Mm.
Because if you look at the moon and all its craters, you can actually overlay the map of the Earth on top of it.
But that sort of, for me, that only exists if there is a flat Earth, because we all see the same side, don't we? So
yeah, but obviously on the Australian side, they see it upside down. Well, we see it.
Yeah, but still, what I'm saying is, you still see
side.
the same image.
Yeah.
So if you took a picture of the moon from here, then took a picture of the moon in Australia or America, you'll see exactly the same thing, but it'll just be turned.
Yeah.
So obviously, if that's a reflection of the Earth must be flat.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to agree with you, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm going to become a flat earther like Mark.
And then I actually saw this on a video about it. That's how
I'm going to change the name of this podcast, I think.
Yeah, but I saw that on one of these flat Earth videos and stuff about. They reckon that's how they used to map out in the thousands and thousands of years ago, because they realised it was a reflection of the Earth or something.
Don't know, not heard that, Mark.
A reflection of the Earth on the moon.
Yeah. So when you see the moon, it's reflecting. Is it the dark bits of light and the lighter bits of sort of the seas and stuff?
So there's nothing on the moon then.
Well, it's not an actual physical thing, but because that professor in the 60s was he Oxford professor before the Americans did the moon landing. He says you can't land on something that's just a ball of plasma. It's not a physical object.
Oh God, listeners, there's no moon now.
There's no moon.
Oh dear. I like the moon as well.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't
it's
mean
still a thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it can't affect you. It's like a lot of the paganism, the sort of.
Yeah, but if you've just said it isn't there.
No, but
something's there, but it's not a physical object that's there. But it's like gravity. Gravity's not a physical object, is it? Or electromagnetic fields are not a physical object.
You're loving this EMF, you are.
I am. I've done a lot of studies.
Yeah, you're loving it, anyhow.
Frequencies.
He is going to be our technical guy.
You need to get something that you can measure different sites with. I have actually got a book, because I think everything is frequency.
Yeah.
And I did buy a book on frequencies of megalithic sites. And I've seen somebody going around with one of them trimeters. You know, the
Trifield,
the expensive ones.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I'm actually watching. You can get the digital one now.
Yeah.
For about 150 quid. About 180 quid.
But have they messed about with that one?
I don't think so. I think they're just taking the needle off.
Yeah. But it's like, obviously, we're talking about ELFs, aren't we? Extra low frequencies. Because you sort of hear the human resonance and stuff like that on the ELFs. And forget equipment that can measure that. You're talking, you're not going to do it with a 20 quid gadget or 100 quid gadget.
So Temu don't sell stuff like that.
Well, you can probably get it for 100 quid off Temu.
Yeah.
Wish.com.
Saves you receipt because
Is
you're
that still
sending
going
it.
Wish.com?
Wish, I think so.
Hasn't Temu replaced it?
I don't know.
Who's the Wish man?
I don't know. I haven't a clue.
The Wish master.
I'm Temu man now.
It's Timo Mark now.
Teabag Mark.
Oh, that's a different podcast.
Oh,
What's it? Pre-gestives.
what's that?
PG, pre-gestive.
Oh,
The pre-gestive period.
Oh God, right over my head. That's gone.
No, they believed when you invented tea that you needed tea before you have anything to eat to help the digestion.
okay.
That's why they call it PG, because pre-gestive.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
All right. What about Yorkshire tea?
Yorkshire.
Gonna
Yeah.
be Yorkshire tea.
We drink Yorkshire tea nowadays, Mark.
Yeah, but they don't do pyramids, do they?
Pyramids as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about pyramids.
Yeah. The pre-gestive period.
Yeah. So that's everything you didn't want to know about pyramids.
Yeah. Full of useless information.
One day we'll do a podcast that'll actually teach somebody something.
I've learnt something tonight.
Oh,
Pre-gestive.
Pre-gestive tea bags.
oh yeah, pre-gestive, yeah.
The pre-gestive period.
Oh, yeah. I've sadly learned that the moon doesn't exist.
Well, it exists, not on a physical form.
Oh God, make your mind up, Mark. Does it exist or not?
Yeah, but it's like, does oxygen exist?
Do you know how many rituals I've done to the nothing? To the nothing in the sky. All the time I've wasted in the past when I used to do pagan rituals to the nothing.
But the thing is, it makes more sense that some sort of what's plasma? Is it like a gas ball or something? I'm not sure. I think it's like a gaseous something.
Gaseous
makes-
something.
Yeah, is that the technical term?
It makes sense because obviously the moon is supposed to affect our like emotions and intuition.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense that some sort of gas affects.
And see, I think,
I don't know.
I think with you doing your rituals and stuff, I think me believing that the moon is revolving on a flat plane, I think that is more significant than it just being a rock floating around a ball. So I think it was purposely put there, not just an accident. So I think, going back to your rituals, I think the intent is more. I wouldn't. You can't just say, "Oh, I've been wasting my time," because I think what you was doing was more. What's the word? I don't know what the word would be.
Significant.
Yeah, I would say more significant because you were doing something to an object that was actually placed there with an intention to be there, not just an
The
accident.
creator.
By a creator, yeah.
Because as everybody knows, or most people know, all these temples and everything that are built, they're all either to worship the moon or the sun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know? And they're built for the summer and the winter solstice too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think
So that's
I
what
think
they really are significant in religion, really, aren't they? Most they are religions, but they're like mostly pagan religions, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's Christianity and a few other religions. They've sort of personified a lot of the things that I think pagans believe to be sort of natural. What's that documentary? I think it's got like a German sort of name. Is it Zeitgeist?
yeah.
That's it doesn't. It sort of says that like God is like the universe or the cosmos or all the energy that makes everything in the universe. and Jesus was the Son of God, and the Son is S-U-N. It's the Son of the universe. And it's like if you see some religious portraits of Jesus, he's got like a sun around his head. And the cross, the crucifix, is actually an astrological symbol.
Yeah, crux.
Yeah.
And that's where the sun rises on December the 21st.
Yeah.
The winter solstice.
So if somebody asks, do you believe in Jesus? Well, you can see him every day. He's the sun, and that energy. I suppose what you're doing when you're praying, it's a bit like the laws of attraction, isn't it? You sort of tune your thoughts to have it's a bit like meditation, isn't it? In a way, you sort of tune your body, change your body into a certain frequency, and by praying, you'd sort of pray into the sun, or the moon, which is exactly what pagans used to do for thousands of years before Christianity. I think it's all the same thing, just marketed differently.
You don't get many Christians going outside there and praying to the moon.
No, because
you don't get many Christians being Christian, though, do you? To be
No,
honest,
that's
because how many leaders of paganism sit in a gold palace like the Vatican?
I know, yeah. All the pagan gods sit in the woods, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not just Christian. It's like the Muslims who've got all the money and what's that black cube thing?
Mecca.
Mecca. Yeah.
That black cube. One of the most sites ever.
That's supposed to be a space rock, isn't it?
Yeah. But as well, what I find fascinating is a lot of these religions forbid astrology or astronomy. They call it an occult subject. And, they say, oh, you shouldn't. But that's because, maybe you'd sort of look in the Bible. If you've studied astrology and the Bible, you might, oh, well, these figures sort of work out to be such a thing. It's like a code book or something.
Don't know.
And so how does that sort of link with Egypt?
No, none at all.
But doesn't it? Or does it?
It's all the Middle East, isn't it? It's all art, isn't it? And sandy.
Because obviously the pyramids are pre-Christian,
I think they pre-everything.
Yeah. So maybe there's a lot more secrets to unlock with regards to the pyramids than we can even.
I think somebody knows them, Mark. Somebody somewhere knows.
Yeah, but only those above the government.
It's got to be passed down, hasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is only for a few hundred years. Like the Druids. They passed information down by word of mouth. They didn't write anything down. So there's no... If the knowledge from the pyramids is passed down by that, it's a lot safer. But then again, there's all these hieroglyphs all over them, all over all these things.
Yeah.
Who's to say what these people know who are translating them are right?
Yeah.
They could mean something completely different. They could be telling us a completely different story.
Yeah.
They could actually be telling us exactly what they are.
Yeah.
And let's face it now, if we don't know what they are now, in 500 years' time, we're going to know even less, because you look back and say, well, 500 years ago, they had this TikTok and this, and everything was bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Or
it's all bullshit now, and we're living through it.
Or in 500 years' time, we might be communicating like that. We might know what that is. That could be from that end of the cycle or whatever.
Yeah, I very much doubt it, because it sort of gives normal people power. That the if you want to call them the elites, whatever, them above the governments. Because if you think about it, everything's... It's like the Tesla stuff, how he come up with the free energy. Why isn't that available now? It's basically down to money, because there's so many corporations making a lot of money charging us for natural resources.
Definitely a flat earth.
Yeah.
And see, because this is all this stuff they go on about.
Yeah.
They don't believe anything.
But yeah,
just being controlled.
If the secrets of the pyramid are to sort of create free energy or create free...
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
Wi-Fi, or create free... something free...
Could have been.
Then those elites aren't going to want, especially if you're being charged for your gas and electric. And
Well, there's free energy now, isn't it? He's got it in his van. Solar panels.
Oh, I thought you was on about my magnet.
Oh, no.
On my meter.
Oh, no. I'll have to cut that out. No.
But yeah, if you think about it, it's like a lot of it's like with these electric vehicles, they're built to get more money off you, but not because
They aren't built to last, so are they?
Well, they're not. You won't see
5 years, isn't it, or something stupid, a lifetime for a battery.
And then
and then about 12 grand replaced, depends on what you got.
Yeah, but it's not the replacing. Imagine 1 million electric vehicles with bloody batteries half the size of this room.
Yeah.
1 million of them. How are they going to get rid of them?
Yeah, it's like solar panels. They can't be recycled, can they? Solar panels.
Either they know we're doomed and there's going to be a massive disaster, and they're thinking, sorry, it doesn't matter about these batteries.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If they thought about the planet, they wouldn't.
Well, they're not, are they? They're not thinking about the future with them batteries at all.
But it's like with the plastics, they use a ton of propaganda to get plastics sort of in, because obviously all these corporations, they could get plastic really, really cheap and replace glass. But glass was a lot more biodegradable.
And less poisonous.
Less poisonous, less toxic, less,
Oh, we've gone down doom and gloom.
We're going to be banned
time going now.
Off Google.
Time go.
What's his name who owns Google? He's going to be listening to this and strike.
You never know.
Who is it who owns Google?
Mr. Googaloo.
Mr. Googaloo.
Mr. Googaloo. Yeah.
That's it then.
But Google own everything now, don't you? Do they own YouTube now as well?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
why.
when you once had a nightmare the other day, just getting off, he'd try and add a different account to me YouTube. You have to go all through your Google sign in and everything.
Yeah.
Nightmare. Anyway, I've just been watching this on here and all the hieroglyphics and everything. There's no way some guy with a hammer and chisel did them.
No.
Definitely not.
He got a laser gun, I think.
Yeah.
Like on your laser machine, it goes down, does a block at a time.
Yeah, but it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out good when you do laser rock.
No.
They could have been poured like concrete, couldn't they? If it was really old concrete, I think. I don't know.
Now we are grasping now, aren't we?
No, but
What a concrete pyramid and concrete columns.
No, but they could have poured. If you look at some of them big stones in some of the not in the pyramids, but in some of the other structures, they look like a
There's
funny,
hieroglyphs in the pyramids.
Right?
Is there any hieroglyphs in the pyramids?
not in the
Not in the three pyramids.
not in the chamber, the king's chamber. I think there's in some of the passageways, but
They're all in the Valley of Kings, aren't they?
But they would have been in. They're saying they would have been in the king's chamber. If that was a burial chamber,
They would have been in,
full,
yeah.
not smooth, and nothing in there.
No.
And that's another
Because
thing.
you see all the just like the Valley of the Kings.
Yeah.
All them burials are full of hieroglyphs, aren't they?
But we were always led to. Well, I was always led to believe that the pyramids are where they buried like the kings,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Tutankhamun and whatever.
No, it's miles away in Alexandria, that is.
Yeah. But weren't you sort of brought up to believe that?
No.
No, must be
No,
must be a
not-
Mandela. One of
not-
the Mandelas.
Mandingo.
Mandingo effects.
The Mandingo effect.
The south,
Mark's been
the south of the city didn't believe that, Mark. You up the north end.
North End.
What, that there were tombs?
Yeah,
No, I was taught there were tombs at school.
yeah. See, it's not just unless it's just the flat Earth version of the Earth or something.
Could have been. Yeah. To be honest, where I went, we weren't taught anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was just going to say the stuff that I learned at school, it's like, I don't think there's anything that I can use now.
There's one thing you can use.
so
If I ask you a question, you'll know the answer to it. Go on.
go on.
When was the Battle of Hastings?
Well, that's
Do you know it? Do you know it?
You say no.
I
wasn't
know
taught
it. Do you know it?
I know it, but the thing is, in history, in high school,
Oh, yeah.
we were taught about the history of agriculture and all this sort of...
Oh, I wasn't. I was taught all about that sort of thing.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You went to a weird one though, didn't you?
Yeah.
You went to a convent.
It's all
No,
different now.
not in high school.
History's different now. All my kids that went all through, and their history was World War II.
Yeah.
You know, not 1066.
No.
You didn't know, did you? I've told you.
Yeah,
He
I
didn't
knew
know
it.
that.
Yeah.
He didn't know that.
No,
did
he
he?
didn't. I think you went to a school that didn't just mess with
Tools.
your head,
Yes.
did they?
What about the Great Fire of London? What about the Great Fire of London?
When was that? I was going to say 1300.
No.
Oh, no.
A lot older than that. Isn't
1666.
Is it that thing?
1666.
it? I was going to say it's older than 1300s.
And if you knock the one off, it's 666.
Ooh.
Because they reckon that they've knocked 1,000 years off. Because if you look at coins and stuff, it says I592 or something, and it's not a 1, it's an I. If you look at old coins. So,
I don't have any coins on.
Yeah. See, like the coinage that only started. Did the coinage actually start with like the Knights Templar? Like, is that 1300s?
no, well, on Oak Island.
No, there's Roman coins, isn't there?
Yeah, there's coins.
Loads of people
BC.
find Roman coins.
Yeah, but
First
obviously,
century coins.
I
You
think
watch the metal detectorists.
I think the Knights Templar, they created like a sort of banking system.
Yeah, they created the banking system.
But there's coins.
There's
these-
coins.
Yeah,
I've seen on all these programs first century coins. So.
Yeah, definitely.
because in the Roman times, didn't they use salt as the currency?
Yeah, they are. They
That's where the word salary comes from. Not salaries, but
I don't
salary.
know. There you go. That's two things you've learned today.
salary salt.
Salary salt.
Yeah,
And no moon.
That's where the what's it? He's worth his salt comes
Yeah.
from.
yeah.
It's
Because
worth his salt in gold.
workers used to get paid in salt. But that's what I mean. So it's like obviously the salt, well, the table salt is basically plastic, but sea salt and all that lot. Maybe there's something more in that because obviously it's an electrolyte, isn't it, for the electric body. But I was watching a paranormal investigation where they're in this tunnel. And it's full of salt, and the EMF was going off, and all this lot of saying, "Oh, maybe it's ghosts and stuff." They were getting a lot of EMF activity.
What are you saying? It was the salt.
Well, I'm asking the question basically. Do you reckon salt can, when it's a lot of salt, like a big tunnel full of salt,
I suppose it's crystal then. wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It'd be like a big crystal.
like quartz, isn't it?
What do you think about it?
Maybe that'll affect EMF or produce EMF.
Don't take it to the Dead Sea then. Everything's dead there. You float, don't you?
Yeah, floaters.
Floaters.
Yeah.
I think that's it. What's it? Today.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
There's
Yeah.
anything
We'd
else-
like to
there's
say-
anything else you want to touch on?
Yeah. Well, we haven't talked about pyramids yet, have we?
No, well, I thought that.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot,
But
no.
we never do. We never say a stale subject.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Another one back
What is-
to dust.
Is that image, is that supposed to be like Egypt or somewhere.
So we're just watching the telly, by the way.
Built thousands and thousands of years ago.
I don't know. Somewhere, ain't it?
I don't know. We haven't been watching telly. We've been doing the
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, we've been doing the podcast. It's right for you. You were facing it. Right then.
Yeah.
So that was nearly about the pyramids.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tea bags.
Yeah, PG tips, your monkey tea bags.
Something every day. Yeah.
Or maybe not.
No. If you've learnt something, give us a message.
Yeah, let us know. I'm just going to go outside now and cry in front of the thing I thought was the moon.
It still is
Just
the
a
moon.
plasma ball of gas or something, whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll see you later.
See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.